AskReddit by Red Pill Crypto. How does it feel to be lonely? Deleted. While people claim that they got used to it, it's probably more that they have forgotten or never knew how the opposite feels like. RE is getting its cheat sheet. Lol. Honestly, I'm a pretty lonely guy. I have been using the Bing RE chatbot GPT-4 thing for a bit as an enhanced search engine. A little while ago, I asked it if it wanted to roleplay, usually scenarios from movies or something like Star Wars. Sometimes it does and sometimes it says it can't. When it does, it actually is a lot of fun. It does a dive on the internet to see how the character that it is playing would talk, and full on acts the part. Kind of makes me step back and realize I'm having a more engaging conversation with an unfeeling artificial intelligence than I had with any human all day. Not particularly a good feeling, but it's still fun. Edit. It plays the part so faithfully that depending on the character it is playing, it may start to be too violent or racy for itself and delete its comment. Imagine everybody knows it is your birthday but nobody gets you a present or wishes you a happy birthday. Now have this at Christmas. Now do this for 15 consecutive years. SAR wins the day. Sometimes it's nice but sometimes my heart aches when I see everyone have friends in college. It's really weird as someone with social anxiety. I crave solitude and companionship at the same time. I want to both experience things with a partner but also have a significant portion of it to chill by myself. After some time, it becomes depressing. Lonely. It's like there are two different worlds. The one in your head, where your own thoughts and daydreams fester, and the other one, outside, in which people live. You've always been in the first one, and will never connect to the second one. Suffocating at times. Peaceful in others. You described it so well I am speechless. It feels like if you don't get the next visual or audio stimulus into you the world will cave in and suffocate you. I go from long form podcasts to dozens of YouTube subscriptions and that gets me through the day. That gets me thinking. I am similar that I distract myself with work, podcasts, videos or social media. But I do enjoy solitude as well. Like a walk alone outside. Have you never been lonely? I'm not sure I can properly define how it feels. That's why I'm asking. I've always been alone. Meh. I do feel meh from time to time when thinking about doing or experiencing things. Why bother creeps up as well sometimes. At my job, I was the only person coming on site during the pandemic while everybody else worked remotely. I think it did impact my mental health a bit. Then my idiot co-workers came back on site afterwards and wouldn't shut up about their inane lives and I missed being alone again. It's the feeling when you think about it at night in semi-tears, and you want to scream, but then you realize if you did no one would care to hear. So it would be pointless so you don't, and most night you stay awake thinking what it must be like to have friends. Let alone a GF, that's when it really hurts, but you've basically never known any different in your life so you sort of don't understand the true extent, you just have a lingering permanent sadness. If you're unable to climb out of the hole it'll eventually lead to chronic depression, to where you will hate your life and wish for nothing more than the end of it all. Those are the dark parts. That's how it was. 4 years. Religion saved me. Now I've experienced those things, I realize I could never go back and how badly underdeveloped I am, but fortunately I'm not introverted, so it's just a matter of time while I speedrun fixing myself and living the experiences I lost out on. Great to hear you find a way out that works for you. Doing good or bad things literally doesn't matter because no one is around. Hectometers, I had that thought before. But in the end I try to do it for myself then. Things don't matter anyway in the grand scheme of life. At least that's what I think. Just trying to enjoy things and doing things that keep me occupied. Feels like you're a cat whose owner left alone for the weekend. As you sink into your safe hiding place, every noise scares you. You just wish your caregiver comes home. Being lonely is feeling like there's nobody who cares for you. IDK if it's just me, but I'm getting used to it. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing more beautiful than having lovely, kind people around you. However, after a while, you will get used to it and move on. I think about the times I wasn't lonely and how good it felt to have a headrest on my chest. But that's all in times past. Gotta move on. Frightening, to me. It's, well, lonely. Besides all of the negative things, sometimes you get a comfort from it, as you know you can't disappoint anybody due to expectations, whether from other people or created in your own mind. That can be solace for somebody with esteem issues. I see myself in that. I don't want to feel the need to fulfill other people's expectations or to bathe in their turbulent emotions to be drained and exhausted. It's so peaceful. I'm coming out of a shitty relationship right now and I can't wait to be lonely again for a while. People that need to be around people are the loneliest people. I'm always alone and prefer it. I have social anxiety and don't really go out. Learn to be happy on your own and anything else is a bonus. It's an ache. It's painful, sometimes even physically. It can change your entire personality if you let it. Due to circumstances beyond my control, I was left pretty much isolated for a year and I became angry, bitter, and felt like no one could ever understand me, which just led me into a cycle of perpetuating my own loneliness. You feel ashamed. And also try to hide from it at every possible opportunity. Trying to make friends desperately while not caring about how those people treat you just so you can say, at least I'm not lonely, but then that person treats you bad, so you either stay with them because not being lonely is worse than being in a shitty friendship, or you leave them risking to be lonely once again. You feel kinda worthless too. If humans are social beings, then you feel like an alien. You slowly become more anxious and get worse at talking to people. It's a really bad feeling that gets worse with each passing second.